Today, we're going to make a little box for some sharpening stones that I just got. I got a new set for my birthday. They're really nice, so we're just going to make a little box for it. It's quite an elaborate box, so challenge me a little bit, make me a bit of a better woodworker. We're going to see how it goes. Ooh, today morning today. I got the pellet stove on, but today. I think we're going to start with planing down the sides, finding some scrap to use for those, and then we can start cutting the Lawan pieces, and then making grooves. Oh wait, yeah, I'll do that. Plane, cut the 45s, cut the Lawan, and then go from there. So I got this right here. I got this 3/4 inch pieces of scrap. And we're gonna plane them down to 1/2 inch. So I got all the pieces planed down 1/2 inch. Now we're gonna start milling them up and cutting the 45s on my new table saw. Alright, so this right here, if you're not familiar, is called Lawan. It's kind of like plywood, but it's extremely thin. This will work out for this project because it'll make me able to make the project smaller and it won't be as bulky, which is what we're going for. And I won't have to plane 3/4 down to however thick that is, which is going to take forever and make a big mess. So we're going to start milling this piece down to the dimensions that we want. So I got all the pieces cut out, so now we can start making the grooves in these pieces so that these can fit in them. This is what makes it what makes this project on the harder side is the grooves, because they have to be perfect, and if they're not, then the pieces won't fit right, and if they're too tight, then you gotta make them bigger, and if they're too big, then they wiggle. So this is what the challenge is of the project, but you gotta practice. That's the best thing, so here we go. So, this is the basic idea of one part of the box. This part of the box specifically is going to have a little sliding top here to reveal some stuff that'll go in there. So we're going to get this together. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the 45s, and then to speed it up so that I can get this whole thing done today, we're going to hit it with a finish nail. So here we go. So I didn't like how the finish nails were going in, so we switched things up. What was happening is the finish nail was just blowing the piece apart because the pieces are so thin. So what we're doing now is we're gonna do, I don't know what it's called, but we're gonna take wood glue, put wood glue in the center, and then we're gonna take CA glue which is like super glue, for those that don't know. Like a woodworking super glue. Put it on the ends. And then the reason why we put the CA glue is because we can take a accelerant, spray it on the piece that we want, and then quickly stick it together, and then we have a couple seconds to get it in position before it sets. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put splines into these 45-degree angles, which basically where you make a cut in the corner here and then glue a piece of wood in. They also look really nice, so that I'm gonna put them in. The way I do them is a bit different than some people do. Some people make a joint that allows the piece to move like this across the blade. What I do is I'm gonna make some marks, even marks, where that's one there, and then my second one is right there. And then I'll jack the blade up high enough so that one tooth will pass by both marks. So if we put it on that bottom mark there, and then bring the tooth up, and then it's gonna hit perfectly on our second mark there. So that's what we're looking for, and then you just adjust the blade height from there so that the tooth hits both marks. You then make a stop in here, so like that, so that as you're cutting in, boom, it stops, and you don't overcut it and cut deeper than you're supposed to. So this is how I do it. I'm gonna go ahead and put some splines in both of these. So I got all the splines sanded up and glued in. The whole thing is sanded up and good to go. My original plan was to take this box and put it something like that on the side, which it just looks messy to me, and I don't love the idea. If I was going to do it, I would have done a couple things different. So we're not going to do that. And I'm thinking I'm just going to put a bottom on the both of these, and then this sits flush there. Trust me, it fits flush there, so they just sit stacked is what I'm gonna go for. So we're gonna make the two bottoms for these, glue those on. We're gonna coat the whole thing in linseed oil, and then we can just put the dividers into the box. So while I was getting ready to put the bottom on, I realized that I made the 9-inch dimension of this to fit this piece of the sharpening stones, which is just like the base that holds the stone. But the stone is obviously much shorter than that. So this is my invention for it. This is the bottom piece, and I just put these piece of wood on top of it, so that the stone will sit here, so that it will sit flush with the top so that I can grab it. So I kind of went against what I just said, but I went ahead and glued the box to here just because I didn't want to cut a bottom for this box. Just not a lazy thing, but I have a full nice square sheet of plywood, and why cut just a box out of it when you can just do this? And really, I'm not going to be going in this box often. It's mainly going to be this one for the stones. So this is getting glued up. Once it's dried, I'm going to give it a final sand and then start putting linseed oil on it. Alright, so that'll just about do it. We'll just put these inserts in now. This one, this one. lock it all in. All done.
Damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please. I'm trying to get paid. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please. I'm trying to get paid.
So that'll do it for the box that I made for my sharpening stones. Came out pretty good. Like I said, it was a bit of a challenge for myself, just mainly because of all of the measurements that had to be perfect. You couldn't really mess anything up, or it would just things wouldn't sit right. They wouldn't look right. It came out good. We had the splines, and it only took me a day to make it. Be sure to follow my Instagram right here, and I'll see you in the next video.